'96 Trans Am. Got this in 2015 in October actually. So I wanted to be able to get a little bit of a sports car without sticking a lot of money out into one. And I found this in Melbourne, Florida, for $2,700. So it had 189,000 miles when I bought it. I've got 194 now. Running pretty good. It's got a little bit of a knock on startup, but overall it's been pretty good to get a little bit farther into the car hobby. As you can see, the interior is in pretty decent shape. There's the old car cover back there. Cloth interior, obviously. 4-speed auto. Pretty original, really. There's no rips or tears in the seats. Some wear, but no rips or tears. Need to get this plastic piece replaced here, and these plastic pieces as well. But the dash is in pretty good shape, except for, you guessed it, the crack in the middle of the dash. There's the Pioneer stereo. That way you can listen to the USB and so forth. And the MP3 CDs. Old stereo was pretty nice, but the volume knob quit working on me. But I saved the stereo just in case I decided to sell it. Everything's together. Nice water drip there. But enjoyed it. It's been a good learning experience. First car was a '92 Chevy Corsica, so the build quality on this car is all the plastics and the parts and the keys and just little details like that are all very, 1990s-esque. So ride's pretty low, pretty comfortable ride for the most part. You gotta once you get into the seats correctly to fit yourself, they're pretty comfortable. But so '96, these cars got a 10 horsepower boost from 275 to 285, and I believe mainly that came from going to a dual cat exhaust instead of a single cat exhaust. And this car is the dual cat, and pretty powerful. I believe the specs are 285 horsepower and 335 pounds of torque. So it's got some grunt to it. It will really turn the AC off and it will really run. It'll set you back in your seat. Very happy with it. So, but did a water pump on it. I think December of 2015. I can't get a good picture of it, but there is an MSD distributor down there. MSD distributor and a new coil and a ignition control module. Put a new IAC and a new TPS on there as well. The TPS, it would just run when you cold start. The idle would be super high, and your RPMs would be, or your shift points would be exaggerated, so it would really clunk. And the TPS definitely smoothed that out. Seemed like it fixed the high idle and the harsh shifting at cold start, cold RPMs. So, but when I did all the work, new water pump, the new distributor, I went ahead and bought a new elbow, cast aluminum elbow to just get rid of the air box, the air baffle that the stock ignition has, or the stock intake has. And so we got rid of that. Hooked up nice to the MAF airflow there. And I've also got the little foil that goes inside of the throttle body. Cleaned up the throttle body as well. I'm the third owner of the car. Second owner had it for about a year and a half. He bought it from an older couple who had bought it brand new. And they really enjoyed it, but it just started to nickel and dime them, and they wanted to move on to a new car, so he bought it and then just didn't really have the time. And family grew and that sort of situation where he just needed to let it go. So overall in pretty good shape. Runs good, has the original transmission, original motor. Trans seems to be wearing pretty well. I've done the fluid on it, flushed the fluid twice, put in some Valvoline full synthetic trans fluid. Seems to be running pretty well. Put a little bit of Lucas anti-slip in there just to help with it. But taking it to a few shows, been fun. Just a very unique color. I believe if my information is correct, they made this particular purple for, I believe, just 1996. There was a purple shade they used from 93 to 95, and a purple they used in the 98 to 02 cars. But I believe this particular shade only was for 96, if my information is correct. So you've already seen the videos where we're going to try to do the dual piston upgrade to the 12-inch disc. And hopefully that'll come soon. Believe it or not, there is, it doesn't seem to overheat very badly. There is no grill to speak of on the front, but it seems to cool pretty well. You can see some of the bug guts on there still. Gotta figure out a way to get that off without damaging the paint too badly. It's been wrecked at least once or twice, I believe, just from looking over it pretty closely. It looks like the front paint's been applied pretty heavy, so you got some cracks there on the plastic. Thankfully the headlights seem to work pretty well. I'll show you the HID conversion I did on that eventually. Got a shot of the interior without the sun glare here. Now I bought this thinking that, oh okay, look, I've got extra seats back there. I can take my brother and sister. Well, that was a nice, polite thought. And if you want to go a couple miles, those seats don't work too bad, but that's where I sit, and that's the knee space you have. So it's a great storage area, not so great for passengers. But I did buy it because it's cheaper than a Corvette, better on insurance than a Corvette, and just a good budget way to get into the sports cars and see what direction I'm going to go from there. But overall, very clean, nothing major. New headliner was put in. Needs some new visors. They're pretty floppy, but nothing major. I had to put a new seatbelt in it. I think the first owner had messed up the buckle here and had fixed it with a bolt and a piece of plastic. So went to eBay, found one for $50, and we fixed that problem. Walking around, obviously, as you can tell, got the original wheels. The original wheels were the silver painted 5 spokes, and they were nice, but the owner replaced them with these chrome ones, which look pretty good. So I've got the Sumitomo, let's see, where is it? Sumitomo HTR AS P01s, kind of a pretty aggressive tire. Nothing like a Michelin Sport Cup or anything like that, but it was a good price. I believe they were under $100 a tire when I bought them, and still quite a bit of grip left, and they work, just really hook up well, and very little road noise too for that size of a tire. Looking to do 17s or 18s down the road. I looked at be able to put the probably 5th gen 18 inches on here would work pretty well. Just get a lower tire, obviously. So love the dual exhaust there. Really like that. Just a unique look to it. I'm looking at doing an exhaust upgrade in the future. We'll see what we do on that. I'm thinking either an exhaust cutout somewhere underneath the passenger side seat, or doing a full exhaust. We'll see. I kind of like the original sleeper look. We'll see what we do. So time now to look at why I think it's been wrecked a couple times. You got this panel here. Looks pretty straight. Kind of see up there. But this panel here is nice and tight So I know right here you can see it's just bent on the inside of the frame. It's not too bad. Let me pop the hatch here and we'll look at that. Well, it's been a good learning car. I don't think I can't complain about anything that I've worked on. Got a gift from Mom here. Can't show her that until her birthday. But anyways, you can see right here on this plastic edge the difference. I think obviously that side was the correct. You can see where it's bent up in here. You know, nothing really major, but you got the pretty good cargo area back here. Really, you got the extra shocks here and the brakes and the spindles for the brake upgrade. So quite a bit of room. Original speakers, I believe it's a 9-system kit, if I'm correct. Obviously, I went ahead and put the new struts on here for the hatch, and that works really well. And as you might guess, this car also has the infamous issue with the brake lights only on the left side. Still have not figured that out, even though I've replaced, actually my dad's replaced both of the sockets for that side. So we're still trying to figure out what the issue is. I have read that they got that the brake light, signal light issue fixed on the 98 to 02 cars. So we'll might look into that later on down the road. But overall, I like the car. Let me go ahead and pop the headlights up for you. And we'll just set the camera down here on the bucket and let you see what the lights look like popped up. Go ahead and put in some cheap LED bulbs for the fog lights. Probably will replace that eventually. They look cool, but that's about it. So I went ahead and bought the new headlight pods. I got the 6000, I believe, 6 or the 8000 blue color. Got the 35 watts from, I believe the company's called Op7. You can find them on eBay or Amazon. Relatively pretty easy conversion. Just have to, go easily. You've got a sealed beam that you're replacing. Had to do a little work. I'd be able to see the ballast down there and the wire hooked up. I might go more in depth at some point. There's the original plug with the modified setup. It will take a little work to modify, but you can end up with a good system, and the beam of light's much better than the old yellow the halogens that come in the car. Had pretty good success with these so far. Nothing major. I have one bulb that blew up, but nothing major. The bulbs that I bought for these lenses ended up being you get the HID low beam and then get the halogen high beam. So I went ahead and got that. I figured either way, you're set up with lights, you're not having to worry about driving with one HID and then not having the high beams to back you up. So nothing. Just take your time when you look into it. Get your parts together. If you look at like a S10 headlight pod, that'll kind of narrow you down. I don't have the part numbers with me, but it's not a real difficult conversion. You can even get them with halo rings or LEDs around the side, so it can be a pretty fun conversion and just makes it look a little bit classier. There's the LEDs on the bottom there. So, but yeah, we've had fun with it so far. Let my sister drive it, let my brother drive it a little bit. My mom has driven it, I believe, once. Go ahead and start it up for you here. We have some other clips we'll splice in for the cold start. We'll probably end the video about right here. We'll let Bear put in the rest of the video clips we got. First car I learned how to do a burnout in. Pretty fun experience there. kind of good, safe place. It wasn't private property, wasn't public road. So yeah, pretty fun car. We'll see you next time on the Combustion Guys.